welcome to Tokyosaurus. Here we have yet another Japanese character inspiration video, and this time we'll be taking a look at Gutsy Bones from Yokai Watch. Gutsy Bones is a boss yokai when befriended, is a rank A when attributed rare yokai of the Shady tribe. The yokai medallion states that he's a skeleton yokai who lurks atop the school playing with his beloved crankakai. He's always dropping medals through his body, but his crow friends are kind enough to pick them up. Appearance-wise, he's a monstrous skeleton that is as tall as a building just from the hips up. Underneath the bandage on his ribcage is a beating heart. He's missing 2 front teeth and is always seen with his own personal capsule machine. Gutsy Bones is not only huge and powerful, but can be sadistic at times. One of his favorite pastimes is to enjoy people getting frustrated from not getting what they wanted to get from the capsule machine he haunts. Other times, it gets a bit more serious when people that play on his machine must sacrifice something precious to them for each coin they use on his machine. It is believed he is the personification of RNGesus of the Yokai Watch's Crankakai machine, as the system locks what you will get from the machine the moment a new game is started. This yokai holds control over every single capsule machine in Japan, including the Crankakai, and as you've probably already experienced, he doesn't give away rares easily. In battle, you'll see him cranking out capsules from his own machine, each one having a different effect on the enemy. So, where is Gutsy Bone inspired from? Even though he's not a classic yokai, Gutsy Bone's Japanese name, Gashadokuro, is the name of a famous skeleton yokai in Japanese folklore. Yokai Watch used the name Gashadokuro as a wordplay by combining the elements of Gashapon, which is a capsule machine, and Dokura, which is a skeleton. But its true origins is much darker than Yokai Watch's interpretation. Gasahdokuro is a large skeleton made up of bones of people who have passed away from starvation. And because of the horrible way they died, and that their bodies were not properly buried, these skeletal souls have a powerful grudge against those who are still living. He wanders around the countryside at night looking for its prey. And being almost 90 feet tall, he towers so high above the ground that people rarely notice him until they hear the gachi-gachi sound that it makes while it grinds its teeth. Also, if you hear ringing in your ears, it probably means that Gashadokuro is near. Gashadokuro is blind with vicious anger and rage that can only be satisfied by drinking the blood of the living. If it sees a person walking down the street at night, it will grab you with its bony fingers and pretty much eat you on the spot. Similar to what a Titan from Attack on Titan would do to you if you were to ever encounter one. And because they were so large and powerful, the only way to really kill one is to let it maintain its existence until the energy and malice stored within their bodies has completely burned out on its own. So really, the only way to get out alive is to run away. It's been reported by some people that offering food is also a way to satisfy their hunger, for a little while. But because their hunger is insatiable, the only real way to get away is to literally be away as far as possible. But luckily for us, because Gashadokuro requires such a large amount of dead bodies to even create one, they are much rarer today than they were in the past, when wars and famine were an everyday occurrence all across the world. The first appearance of Gashadokuro dates back to the 10th century CE, during a battle within Japan's government. The story of Takiyasha the witch and the skeleton spectre is a retelling of the tale. Basically, it's about Princess Takiyasha, who was the daughter of the warlord Masakado, who started a rebellion against the Emperor of Japan in Kyoto. However, Masakado and his entire crew was killed off, and the rebellion was quelled. After his death, Princess Takiyasha continued to live in the ruined palace of her fathers. But eventually, the emperor's officials came to the palace in search for any surviving conspirators, which obviously included the main conspirator's daughter, Princess Takiyasha. They eventually get into a big fight, which then the princess is forced to use her trump card, which was a spell written on hand scroll. A giant skeleton appears out of the black void, crashing through the palace with its bony fingers, and the officials fought fearlessly and eventually defeats the rebellion. The Gashadokuro was able to be summoned because of the large amount of deaths that occurred when Masakado's rebellion was happening. As you probably have realized by now, Gutsy Bones is not fueled by the souls of hungry dead people, but rather the combined frustration from souls of thousands that use these Gashapon machines. I remember when I tried to get anything out of these capsule machines, I pretty much get multiple copies of everything I don't want, before being able to stumble onto the one I really wanted, if I'm really lucky. I guess at least now, we know who to blame for when we get super bad luck at these capsule machines. Anyways, how's your luck with capsule machines, and what did you think of Gutsy Bones? Let us know in the comments below. And who do you want to see next on Tokyosaurus? Let us know in the comments below as well. Follow Tokyosaurus on Twitter and Facebook for updates on our newest videos and Japan-related tweets. Like the video if you want more like this, and subscribe so you can get the latest videos right in your inbox. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.